He's teaching me how to crack backs. So I'm gonna need a few volunteers. They might want to volunteer. uh, but no, we're glad to have Dr. Bruce Cup with us tonight. My connection with him is through my family. Billy, Lydia, Wesley, even Liam, my little grandson, has been doing, and then a couple of other of our friends and their friends, and I've heard a lot of wonderful things about Dr. Bruce and his son. They both practiced together out in Eminence, Kentucky. And what drew me, my interest, I think, Tammy, you went out there too, didn't you? Didn't you go out there once? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Right. But everybody just talks about how he just has a different approach to wellness and health. And tonight, I think he's going to show us some of that. And we really appreciate him coming. I told him, I said, years ago, I almost became a chiropractor myself. I was real close to going to Palmer or either Logan, and I never did go. End up on the tent company. So it's a far away spectrum, But anyway, what we wanted to do is that the last Wednesday, not the last, but the fourth Wednesday of each month, which is normally the last, we wanted to have a special wellness doctor, somebody come in and that can show us things, because we believe, in healing. We believe God heals. And we've seen that. We've got a lady right here was healed of 4-stage cancer. Man, right back here, Thomas. How old are you, Thomas? Are you 38? I thought you were younger than that. But a few years back, he had cancer. He's healed from cancer. Even she went to the eye doctor, and she had been praying for God to heal her eyes, and that where she wouldn't have to wear glasses. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor, she thought something was wrong. He said, no, the problem is your 20/20 vision. So we've seen a lot of miracles. We could tell you a whole lot more. But, what I found out a lot of times with Christians is that some Christians believe in healing, some don't. Some believe it passed away with the apostles. But even the ones that do, I've found out a lot of times they don't take care of the natural man, And so we believe in approach to the spirit, soul, and body. So that's our goal. That's our goal, is to help people in our congregation and outside our congregation in the community, and to give them insights into health and wellness that they might not have. Now, we also, on the first Sunday of each month, we also have a communion service at the first of our service. And we have seen people that when they understand communion and what it's about, what it's really for, we've seen healings take place there. So we want you to know that, we're here as pastors, Tammy and I, of the church, to do everything we can possibly do to help our congregation to live well. And so we're calling this the Living Well Experience. So we're believing that you're going to have a wonderful experience at all of these sessions we have. And Dr. Bruce, we couldn't have asked for a better person to come and to kick this thing off. And we believe it's going to grow and grow and grow. But I'm going to let Dr. Bruce tell you more about him and his practice and his background. So let's give him a hand for coming out tonight. Okay.
How are you all doing tonight? Good. It's interesting that you talk about healing and miracles and things like this. And when you see one, it kind of changes you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And in 2019, we were on July 4th, we were having a pool party at our house. And I heard a scream from the outside. I was in the inside kitchen talking with my aunt. Sometimes it's hard for me to talk about this because it was so traumatic. And my cousin's little boy drowned in our pool. And, I've never seen a dead person, like little boy like that. So I run out. There's probably 15, 20 people out there. And he just slipped in the pool. No one saw him, and we couldn't get him out. We got him out, but it was too late. So have you guys ever done CPR on somebody? I had never. I mean, I'd taken the course, and I can tell you, doing on a mannequin is not the same as a real person, you know? And so I started doing CPR on him, and I mean, when you're in that, it's like my one son was beside me, and I was like, his lungs are expanding. He's, Dad, you got to pinch his nose. I go, okay. You know, I mean, we're fumbling. So we finally got the rhythm, and finally, it was about 5 minutes in, and I just said to myself, I said, this isn't working. And immediately I heard this voice speak back to me. Yes, but you know Jesus. And I go, oh, I forgot about him. And, I mean, I started laughing, and I wasn't laughing, ha, but I was like, oh. And I go, no. I yelled out to God, no. And what I mean was, I'm not telling my cousin her little boy just drowned in my pool. I'm not going to tell her that today. But that's all I could get out because I'm still. And I get to the 15th compression, and I get ready to breathe into his mouth. And as I start bending down, I yelled the name Jesus like the craziest man you've ever heard. I screamed his name. And I bent down, I'm right here. And I'm, you know, of course I'm bent down, and it's July 4th. There's usually not a whole lot of wind in Kentucky. But I felt a tornado blow past my shoulder. I'm right here, blow past my shoulder. And I looked up to go, what was that? I looked back down, and he was alive. I mean, it wasn't my CPR that brought him back. I can tell you that for sure. But whatever was in that wind, he came back with no deficits, no nothing. And it's like, you know, it changed all of us. It changed all of us. You know, some of my family started going to church. I mean, it was crazy, but it was the coolest thing. So, you know, there are those times when we get the miracles, and then there's other times we have to like go through it, you know. So I'm going to do something. I need about, I don't know, 5 people, 10 people. Stand up. Yeah, come right over here. We're going to get a little circle. So, you know, when you have unity in your church, the body will sing. Okay, so everybody hold hands. Come around here.
I'm gonna hold this because we got.
You're right here, right beside you. Come on, you'll have to
All
do
right.
it this way,
You got it? You're right over here.
All right,
Okay.
bring around the rosy. Let's go.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to have you hold this. Don't hold hands yet. Hold that. Hold that. No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh.
Okay. Now, we're going to do this. Now, go ahead and hold that. Okay. Now, I'm going to let go. Grab that. You let go. When you're connected electrically, we sing.
Wow.
But when we're disconnected, we don't. And so just one disconnection could throw the whole body out of the lane.
Come on.
So I just think this is a kind of a cool demonstration that, you know, okay, that's all.
Don't know how a Christmas ball feels.
Yes. So anyway, it's like when you start to see that our bodies carry electricity, okay? That's what our heart runs on. You know, you got that node in there that stimulates the heartbeat, and then sometimes you have to have a pacemaker, different things like this. But I want to talk to you tonight a little bit about words and how they affect your body. How they affect your soul, how they renew your spirit, or they can destroy you. So that thing about sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me is a total lie. Okay? So in Proverbs 4:20-23, it says, my son, pay attention to my words and be willing to learn. Open your ears to my sayings. Do not let them escape from your sight. Keep them in the center of your heart, for they are life to those that find them, and healing and health to all their flesh. Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the springs of life. Your words can actually bring healing, or it can bring destruction. Okay? And so I do a technique called neuroemotional technique. I've added, because I call it neuroemotional spiritual technique now. Okay? Because we have a body that we need to take care of. We have a soul that needs to be nurtured, and our spirit is renewed with Jesus. Okay? But sometimes you can have problems, heart, you can have all kinds of different things, but usually starts from either a word or a wound, because how we all are going to be wounded in this world, all of us. I mean, no one gets out without being wounded. Okay? But the problem is we hold on to those wounds, and then we start believing the lies that come with those wounds. Oh, he just doesn't care about me. Well, I'm never going to do that. And then we make a vow. We don't even know we're doing it, but we're doing it. Okay? And then that forms a stronghold in us. Okay? So what we have to do is break that cycle. And that's kind of what I do most of the day. My son does the work, the heavy work on the bodies, but I work on different things like the soul. Okay? So this technique called neuroemotional technique, and it's basically helping you heal unresolved stress patterns in the body. So some of you may have heard, and sometimes it sounds new agey, but there are certain reflexes, or you can call them meridians or whatever in the body. It's you know, the thing about it is that God made us that way. Okay? It isn't like it's, you know, something, you know, way out there. But the technique that I'm showing you is actually scientific validated. They did MRI on people, on their brains, and the people that had cancer, they no longer have cancer, and they had them go back and think about the day they were told. And when they took an MRI of their brain, they did a functional MRI in the hippocampal area of the brain, amygdala area, they found that there was extreme inflammation just by them thinking about that. So you can think about those kind of things, and you'll actually see a reflex weakness in the body. And so what you have to do is break that cycle in the body. So let's see. He looks pretty strong. Why don't you come up and I'll check you out? Because I want to, you know, if you see it weak on him, you know something's there. Tell me your name again.
Thomas.
Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Okay. Just have a seat right here. Okay. Thomas, we've never met before, right? We've never met before. Okay. So I don't know anything about you, right?
No.
Okay. So would it be interesting to know that there's certain muscles in your body that represent certain organs and glands? Okay. Which is kind of cool. So I'm going to just kind of do some little bit of testing on you, and you guys can, this will be kind of fun. Yes. So I'm going to test this muscle here. This is part of the shoulder muscle called the supraspinatus, and hold strong and hold. Very good. So I'm not trying to overpower him. I'm just trying to see, does the muscle lock or does it? It doesn't. I'm not trying to hold strong. Good. Maybe I should have got some of these here. Go back like this. Hold strong. Hold, 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 hold. Good. Now, these are all of the shoulder muscles. Go down like this, hold down like this, and hold strong. Okay. So let's try that again. And don't let me move it. Okay. Can you tell that that one's harder?
Mm-hmm.
So let's check this one. Hold strong. See that one?
Mm-hmm.
See the difference with that
Yeah.
one? So this one, are you right-handed?
Right-handed, yeah.
So if you were a pitcher, you would be in trouble, okay? Because this muscle won't lock into place. I mean, it kind of does,
Yeah.
but on you, as strong as you are, I know I should be able to even move that.
Right.
This one, hold strong. You see how easier that is?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to put your hand over this area of his body, which would be his heart. Go to the other side. Go to the other one. Use the other hand. And just put that right on the top there.
Okay.
Actually, where's my little laser? Right over there. This is called cold laser. Have you ever heard of that? It's not like a red light therapy. It's much more powerful. So I'm just going to have you hold that there with the you go with this one. Got it? Okay. Now, so what I'm doing is stimulating light, okay, which dispels darkness. Okay, and so he's showing a little bit of tiredness in this area of his body. Hold strong. Hold. Was it different?
Yeah.
Really different, right? I'm gonna take that away. Now hold. Yeah, see how easy that is?
Wow.
Okay. So that muscle is related to the heart. So I know there's a little bit of imbalance with him. So I'm just going to check. Can you hold that there? I'm going to leave that there for just for a few minutes, and it's going to like charge him up. It actually stimulates the mitochondria in his cells in his heart, and that mitochondria will improve ATP, which is your energy part of your cells, and it will actually he will see a nice little change in a few minutes. Okay.
What do you call that machine?
That's a cold laser. It's called Acronia cold laser. Cold laser. Yeah. We just recently purchased another one. I didn't plan on buying one, but man, what it does, it's actually, they're finding out that it can help with dementia, ADD, ADHD, and any kind of joint problem. You will have a 30 to 60% improvement. It'll usually within one visit. So let's just try this. Hold strong. Hold.
Like Superman.
Hold strong. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you see how easy that is now, where before. So let's see if we got it. Now, let's go back here. Hold strong. Yep.
Yeah, really.
Is that
Different.
interesting?
Wow, that's great.
Okay, and it's that simple. It's that simple. So what you want to do is you want to find out, because each muscle, so let's just check a couple more just to make sure.
Charge me all the way.
Stand up if you will. Yeah, let's find out. Okay, so lock your elbow. Okay. And I'm not trying to do this. This is just how the body works, okay? We're just trying to stimulate him, because each muscle is related to an organ, gland, or tissue. Hold your elbow straight, and I'm going to pull out like this. This latissimus muscle. Keep it straight.
Okay.
Keep it straight. Hold strong. Very good. Hold strong. Very good. Lay on your back. I'm sorry. Okay, so when people have back problems, I mean, what do you do for them? So first of all, we test to see where he might be weak and where he might be strong. Hold your foot in like that. So this is the L4 nerve root. Hold strong. Good. Toe up, and that's L5. Don't let me move it. Up, up. Hold your foot up. Got it. Out your foot, out to the side. Out to the side. Hold strong. Oh, be solid. Hold your foot in. Hold strong. Uh-oh. What happened there?
That's actually why I've been going to see chiropractors out there.
Well, we're going to look at that a little bit. Hold that foot in there. Yeah, see, he can't do that.
Wow, you got right to him. That's exactly.
Yeah, see, and you didn't know. I didn't know anything.
I didn't know.
Okay, hold your foot up. Hold your foot out. Okay, not there. It's here. So you got an L4 nerve root problem. So let's have you. Now, this isn't the only piece of equipment that I use, but this is great for demonstration because you can't hurt anybody with You can't, it's just light. Hold that right there. Okay. So we're checking to see if there's a nerve root there because it's going to go all the way through his body. Hold your foot in. Hold strong. Now that's a little better. Now we're going to check his brain.
Okay.
Hold that up there. Bill, would you hold that?
Yeah, hold on, I got it.
Yeah.
This right here, I got it right.
Hold your foot in. Hold strong. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There. Did you notice?
What?
It was better.
Yeah, it did get better.
So when you look at this, this is the cerebellum, okay? And the cerebellum controls the whole side of the body on each side, okay? Now I want you to check over here, like right there. Now this is where it crosses over in the brain. It crosses over to that. Hold your foot in like that, hold strong. So that doesn't help. That doesn't help him. So I know that he has a nerve root issue and problems going on here. So we're just going to work on that a second. So when you're doing this work, what I try to find out what is the root cause of things. What's going on, okay? And so I had a guy when I first started. I've been in practice in eminence for 36 years, and it hasn't always been easy because I told God I'll go to any city as long as it's not a small city. It's not even a city. Okay, but eminence means high and lofty place. So when I took the Kentucky board, I was, can you hold that right there? Yeah. When I took the Kentucky board, I signed up and, I'm like, okay, I'm living in Covington. And I'm like, okay, God, where am I going to go? And so I had heard, I wasn't a new Christian, but I heard fasting. If you want an answer, fasting is where it's at. Okay. So I fasted for 3 days. And this is what I heard. Bruce, pray for a place that's connected, but it's not. That is stupid. What does that mean? So I'm like just trying to, figure that out. So in the process, about the third day, I get this letter from this doctor, Dr. Petty, was interested in selling her practice. She'd been in Eminence, Kentucky. Eminence means high and lofty place, which is kind of interesting, the highest point between Lexington and Louisville. And so I went down there to check it out, and it's the weirdest building. Okay, there's a house, and there's an office, and they're connected. But in the back, it is totally separated. And I said, oh my gosh, God forgive me. It's connected, but it's not. And it's like, oh my gosh, he wants me here. Oh my God, because you got to figure out where you got to go, in life. But anyway, and I don't know, it was back when they were cruising. You drive through this town, and there's so many cars. It's crazy. But anyway, when I started doing this, let's just see if this helps. Hold your foot in and hold strong. Oh yeah. Can you tell the difference? Pretty cool.
So good. Yeah.
Pretty cool. You can sit up.
You can save me some doctor visits. X-rays, you
So anyway, I'm working on this guy, and he's got glaucoma, and I'm like, I just came back from the seminar, and I'm like, man, I can fix anything. Well, yeah, right. That's a joke, but he comes in, he has glaucoma. So I put my hand over his eyes and I test him, and he goes weak, and I'm like, oh. So I put it, 2 negatives makes a positive. So he put his hand on his forehead, and sure enough, he went strong. So I knew there was a correlation between his emotions and his eyes. And so I was testing back then, and something came up about the year 1944 when I was testing it. And he goes, I said, where were you in 1944? I was in the war. You know, he's kind of angry, grumpy guy. And he was, I mean, he had to be in 80 or 90s at that time. And I said, what did you see? He starts shaking, starts crying. I mean, this guy's not a crier. I saw my best friend get killed right before my eyes. And his body said, okay, we're going to shut down those eyes with glaucoma. It's like we programmed this stuff. So I had another lady came in a couple of years ago. Her name was Christy. And she had cancer. She had, and so we were testing, and I go, okay, I want to know when this started. So I start testing the body, and her body said it happened 2 years before, started. And I said, can you think of anything that happened to you 2 years ago? She goes, no, oh. And you know when they do the oh, you know you found it. Her nephew had called her that night and said, Aunt Christy, can you come over and see me? I'm having a really bad day. She goes, I was working 2 jobs. I couldn't make it. He committed suicide that night. That's when her cancer started. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but these emotions are bigger than we think. Our words have such an impact. So the technique that I started with was called neuroemotional technique. And each organ is related to an emotion. Okay? And so for example, if you really think about it, people like with bladder and kidney problems, okay, when you feel fear, sometimes people pee their pants. Okay? A lot of times with liver problems, you'll find alcoholics that are angry. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So, and lung is grief, sadness, yearning, cloudy thinking. So, you know, I could say who has not been hurt. Remember we talked about that we all get hurt in this world. Does anybody have, I need somebody with an arm. Anybody have an arm out here that I could use up here? Yeah, to test. Okay, well, come up. Okay, here we go again.
Okay.
You just got to sit down?
That's fine.
Okay, so sometimes I say this, if you could fix anything in life, what would you fix?
Is it right?
Yeah, yeah, I say that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's true.
Which ones? Here, you take this out.
Put your hand up in. Hold strong. Okay, I found it. Okay. Okay, just say here. My name is.
My name is Laura.
Good. Say it again.
My name is Laura.
And one more time. Feel how it feels. Push it. Go ahead, try it.
My name is Laura.
Good. Go ahead and say, my name is George Jones. Go ahead and say it.
My name is George.
You're such a liar. Try it again. My name is George Jones.
My name is George Jones.
Okay. Do you see her body? When you tell the truth, her body responds to strength. Okay, it's not always that way because I had a lady that was in the witness protection program because she went weak on her name, and I'm like, I don't understand. She goes, I'm in the witness protection program. That's really not my name. Okay, so when you say my name's Laura,
My name is Laura.
okay, your body responds in strength.
It's free. Yeah.
Yes, and when you say my name's George
George
Jones,
Jones.
you got that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I touch that lung reflex, hold strong. Yeah, you're trying to hold. Okay, so
The concept of grief. Comes from grief. Yeah. Sadness. Grief. It's sadness. You're carrying that in your left lung. Do you want to let it go? What is it? It's okay. I don't. Is it okay to let that go? Okay, let it go. I'm gonna have you touch right here. Right there. Put your hand before it. Cover it. Just cover the whole thing with your hand. Yes. I release this in the name of Jesus. That's it. Okay. You can just take everything. Yes, just like that. Oh, Jesus. What it is, but I know it's hard.
Can I tell you?
Yeah, tell me.
My son is 40 and he's autistic. And as a mom, it's just been really tough to take care of him. I mean, even if, he's moving out of our house, but he is, he's got a lot of issues. He's been volatile. And, it's just been so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And, you get opinions of others. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that, or all the things. But moms, we do a lot.
Sure. Hold on a second.
So that's what that is.
Okay, hold strong. Hold. Oh yeah, you see the difference? Hold. Not weak as much as it was a second ago.
Yeah.
Let's just see if there's anything. Is it okay if we go deeper?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold strong. So can you just say it's okay for me to live?
Do we say, is it okay for me to live?
It's okay for me to live.
Oh, yes, it's okay for me to live.
Good. It's okay for me to enjoy my life.
Yes, it's okay for me to enjoy my life.
No, it's not. Try that again.
No, it is okay for me to enjoy my life.
Yeah, I know, but your body's like,
I'm in flight or fight right now. He's
Exactly.
still at our house, but he's moving in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So
Well,
a week. So
Okay,
Yeah.
we're just going to
It's
try to get
hard.
you feel better.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's hard.
So
Yeah.
it's okay for me to enjoy.
It's okay.
Okay, you see the difference? How that is not weak, strong. So we're going to find out where you're holding that in the body and then release that, because this is where people get cancer. This is where people get sick.
I know.
So
I'm
that's
aware of that. Yeah.
ready. It's okay for me to enjoy.
It's okay for me to enjoy my life.
Oh, that's better. Try it again.
It's okay for me to enjoy my
No,
life.
not there. Try it again.
It's okay for me to enjoy my life.
Okay, so let's see. This is the gallbladder and liver. So we're going to just say certain words. Remember how words affect your body?
Come on.
So let's just think. Is it anger? Is it resentment? Is it gall? Is it stubborn? Is it emotionally repressed? Is it emotionally depressed? Emotional depression. Does that make sense to you?
Sort of. It's just, I think that I feel responsible.
Right. Yeah.
Because I carry it.
Right.
What did I do wrong? It's like,
Oh, see, that's the enemy speaking to you. Deep breath in. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. I release the depression. Go ahead and say that if you can. I release the depression.
I release the depression.
I'm not going to carry that anymore.
I'm not going to carry it.
Take a deep breath in. Put it all in. Deep breath in. Yeah. Get it out there. Okay, let's see. Now, let me just see something here. I'm going to go back and check this spot again. Hold strong. Now we're going to take your two fingers and put them right These two are like this. Mm-hmm. And hold strong. Hold. Okay, you see how that goes weak?
Yeah.
Okay, so your body says that you're grieving. You're so overwhelmed with this. It's like in your tissues, and so you need a homeopathic to pull that out of your body. Okay. Okay. The homeopathic is called metal, and if you call my office, we'll make sure we get you a bottle of that. I'm going to check on this one now. The liver point. We'll do it here. Hold strong. So your points that you have on your body, it can be on your wrist or your body itself. Okay, they're all the same. Let's just see. I gotta go here. Hold strong. Good. 2 fingers right there again. Hold strong. Oh, see that one? You're okay on that. You can let go.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just make sure. Hold. I'm okay. It's okay for me to enjoy my life.
It is okay for me to enjoy my life.
Oh, that's a little better. Try that again.
It's okay for me to enjoy my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, we're going down the basement into the circuit breakers, and we're resetting the nervous system so her body can start to begin to heal, because her lung was shut off and her liver was actually shut off. Not all the way, but an imbalance there in her system. So hold strong. So it is okay for me to enjoy my life.
Yes, it's okay for me to enjoy my
Yeah.
life.
So
Yes.
you noticed before that was that little bit of weakness before there, and it's not
It was
there.
like a reserve, like when I was at our house. It was reserved that I had to like fight or flight, that I was staying in the constant of that, and I was aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just see something. Okay. Hold.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here, thumb down, hold strong. Okay. Now I'm testing her like this. Hold strong. Lock that elbow. Hold. You notice see how both of those are weak? Those muscles. If I go out here, hold strong. She's okay there. She's okay here. But here, at this angle, this is called the supraspinatus. And that is related to the brain. So let's see if we can turn her brain back on. Oh, I don't mean it that way. I did not mean it that way. Did I say that? Did that come out? Oh, man.
Forgive
So
you.
sorry. So
I
sorry.
forgive
I feel better. Woo! Oh.
It's not good.
Okay. Now I'm going to put that right on here, because typically that is what they call a cranial fault. And lock that out. Thumb down. Hold strong. Oh, what happened there? Hold strong. Can you tell the
I
difference?
can. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to put a little bit of energy or a charge in that brain of yours. And you're going to like it. Take a deep breath in. So, but basically the premise is this. These are frequencies. These frequencies turn on cells that have been hurt or damaged. I'm not saying you got brain damage. I promise. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not saying that. Okay. I didn't say that. It just came out again. Oh man, I'm hitting 1,000 right.
Is that like an infrared type thing?
It's like that, only it's a different frequency than infrared. So what it does is it goes into the cell and basically restores it. It's amazing.
What does one of those machines cost?
This one cost me $15,000.
Oh,
Oh, the one I just bought was $50.
you want to sell the house.
No. We, you know,
They're hard to get. I mean, because they're expensive. They might be.
Can you get it now?
But this is one of the modalities. We use cold laser, we use dry needling, we use, of course, we're doing adjusting. But the one that I have now, it was the coolest thing. We had this girl come in, she's 14. And she had broken both legs in an AT the accident, and I mean, you can see the X-rays were. I mean, her bones were that far apart, you know, right here. And they've done all these therapies, medical therapies, and wasn't working. And so we did the new laser, which is like 4 lasers in one. And it's been probably 10 weeks. One bone is already grown back, and the other one is almost there.
All right.
So it's pretty cool. The technology is coming out, okay, because it's life changing. I mean, it is. We've seen things with people that we've never seen before until we started like this. So we're pretty excited. Okay, so let's just see. Full strong. Oh, that's nice. So isn't it kind of interesting? It's like
But I was aware that I was doing that, calling it in like that, because if you are in flight or fight, then you have to be. I mean, I didn't have a choice. I had to be for it. There's nothing else I had to be.
Yeah.
But it wasn't healthy at the same time. But there's nothing I could do about it. So I just kept praying about it. And asked the Lord to fix it, which he did. So he's moving. So it's a good thing. So I have peace back at our house.
Sure.
I mean, so but I still care for
Yeah,
him.
right. But you were carrying that burden in your tissues,
Yeah.
and so it's
Absolutely.
kind of nice to get rid of that
Yeah,
stuff.
it is. I mean, you feel like I feel lighter.
Awesome.
Yeah, like if you got a haircut or something.
Yeah.
You just feel lighter. I don't know.
That's what most people say. They feel
You just feel
lighter
lighter.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. And we never met before, right?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So, you know, I knew nothing about this, but once you start learning the basics of the body, it's like it's more fun. It's fun because you never know what's going to happen, but you're not.
I mean, I was aware of it, but I knew at the same time I didn't want to be that way. But it was like, but I'm
In that. So to protect myself, I had to, that's that flight or fight. I mean, I had to do, to stay on, you're hyper vigilant all the time. I knew that I was. We both, me and my husband both are. So we had to stay that way. So it's just, but it's not healthy, but you have to be for the situations.
Sure.
But yes, I needed that. I needed to have that.
Yeah.
Lifted. The Lord knew that.
That's so.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll be smarter.
Actually, yes. I do this a lot because I'm trying to get better at pickleball. But and actually, it has made a difference. So you know.
You asked me a question though. I'm asking this because nobody can answer it. So they say, this is what they say. They say that your leaflet in your heart, if because of old age or whatever, you get calcification, which they're saying I have mild, which I don't agree with. So then they say, well, you know, you're at this point, but it can go this point at any time or whatever. And so, but of course we're believers. And so I just like, is that part of that stress that we're talking about and all of that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, because your calcium goes up a lot of times when you're under stress, different things like
Because all my
this.
labs came back, like all my arteries, because they eat plant-based, so all my arteries are wonderful. They're all my numbers are great. It's just that leaflet.
Yeah, but you would probably want to take an adrenal supplement, okay, just because of the stress you have. I can tell you that for sure.
I wouldn't even know what to, like now normally I go to Compound Pharmacy
Mhm.
to get stuff, so I wouldn't even know what kind you get there.
Yeah, well,
Do they know? Like I told them?
no, but
Okay.
it takes a quick little test for me, and I can tell you which one, just by doing a muscle test.
Okay.
So I've had a lot of different experiences. Some of them were kind of crazy. I had one lady, she cut my hair. She was pretty normal. She's probably in her 50s when she called me. And she says, Dr. Cup, I'm going down. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I'm just going down. So I told her to come in. And I said, when she comes in, her husband's carrying her. And I'm like, oh dear. Like, I'm fairly new. You know, I haven't been there 5 years or around that time. And she comes in and she can't talk and she can't walk. And I'm like, to say something, she would nod her head, but she couldn't speak. And I said, so I did a couple of checks on her, and I'm like, I just looked at her and I'm like, you need to go to the hospital. You've had a stroke. Okay. But those words didn't come out of my mouth because I heard this voice say to me, you haven't prayed for her yet. And I'm like, oh, I forgot, sorry. So I put my hands on her and I started praying. She turned into a monster. I mean, like an animal, like growling. And I mean, I don't know, I've heard of that kind of stuff, but I've never seen that. And I don't really need to see that. Now, God, okay. But I mean, it was awful. And I had, for some reason, I had cleared everybody out of the office. And so, when she started doing this, I could feel fear coming up, okay? And then all of a sudden, anger came in me. And I think it was a good anger, right? Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm not having that, okay? And so I started praying in the Spirit, and she came out of it. She opens her eyes, and I go, are you back? And she goes, yes. And she puts her hand over her mouth. Oh my gosh, I can speak. She goes, did what I think just happen? Because I don't believe in that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, but it sure did. And she walked out. Walked out. Crazy. And so there was another incident where this couple that I've known for a long time, and she comes in crying, they're going to get a divorce. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? So he's out in the truck, and I go out the office and I look at him like, So they sit down, and I'm like, okay, God, what am I going to do? So the muscle testing, I know how to do that. I do all that just like what I did with you. Only this time I said, would you please hold your hands? And when they held hands, stuff opened up that never opened up before. And they walked out. She came back in 3 weeks later. She goes, I guess I need to thank you because we didn't get a divorce. And it was the coolest thing. So I now do a technique with couples, and I have them hold hands because that actually opens up doors, and that you don't think, or even before they're going to get married, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in our lives, and we don't even know where there are programs that we're running that we need to change, But anyway, does anybody have any questions or anything?
I think I asked this that all along. You do acupuncture?
We do dry needling, and the difference between dry needling and acupuncture is intent. We do. No, we do not do acupuncture, but it looks a lot like that. Looks a lot like that. I mean, we've studied a lot of that. I'm going to read one thing here. So,
Can I ask a question? I do
Sure.
have one. You're talking about these diseases and things we carry. And as you work on them, either with your machines or through words, as you say, that takes care of it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're either got something that you don't want, or you're not getting what you need. That's really the bottom line.
What do you
You,
mean you're not getting what you need?
there is a mineral, there is a nutrient deficiency. If you don't have a Tylenol deficiency, you know what I'm saying? It's like Tylenol is not a nutrient,
All right.
okay? But it controls the pain.
Mhm.
And that's what most medications do.
Okay.
They control it, like your cholesterol medicine. That
Yeah.
if you really read the research on that, you would see that cholesterol medicine only helps 1% of
And you need
3%.
Like a high blood pressure,
Uh-huh.
that you can get off medication.
Well, I mean, you have to work with your medical doctor,
Yeah.
you know, to do that. But typically, as we get older, our arteries get a little bit harder. And so you want your blood pressure up a little bit, you know, not, but I've heard that, like, if your cholesterol, they want to get your cholesterol as low as possible. But if your cholesterol is below 150, you have the likelihood of getting cancer.
Yes.
I was thinking about how, like, for example, because I eat plant-based, and I was listening to Dr. Esselstyn at Cleveland Clinic, he was saying that, you know, your good cholesterol is gonna be low on the low end because there's less trucks to move when you eat a plant-based diet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm at. It's kind of low, but it's because there's less trucks to move.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of times now that people get C-sections, you know, a lot of babies of this. But here's the research, what shows. If you have a C-section, you have a 5-fold increased risk of allergies. You have triple the risk of ADHD, twice the risk of autism, 80% risk of celiac disease, 50% risk of obesity as an adult, 70% risk of type 1 diabetes. I never had a clue of that.
But is the mother having more of that, or are you talking the child who was born of a C-section?
The child born of a C-section. Yeah.
Child born, not the mom?
Mm-mm.
I thought you said the mom.
No, the child born. The mother that gets the C-section, if the baby comes out through that way, they don't get the microbes, they don't get the good bacteria, they don't get all of that the mother's supposed to get, that the baby's supposed to get. And but we make a whole lot more money having a C-section.
Jacob almost weighed 11 pounds, so I had to have C-section.
Yeah.
He was 10'6", so I had to have.
Right.
a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting to see this.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the research on that.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of us a lot of us are 60s, 70s.
Say, including me.
I'm say, Bob.
I'll just say it, Bob.
I really do. I want to stay away from pharmaceuticals and heal my diabetes with natural stuff.
Okay.
And I actually would like to get out of the Synthroid for hypothyroidism. And I don't want my diseases to be managed. I want to get healed.
Yeah, to heal.
What can we do?
Well,
to
this is part of what I do. If you can see this,
It's
okay?
a bunch of pills.
Right. But this is food in a pill. This is
Yeah.
from standard, this is a lot from standard process. And I will tell you, there's some new stuff that standard process made called red food. You need to look it up because I've never, if I was on an island and I could only take one thing, that's what I would take because it helps with lipid metabolism, glucose metabolism, and cardiac output. And I can tell you for sure that it works because I played pickleball for the last 2.5, 3 years, and I could never play singles. I'm 66 now. Red food, okay? And since I've started doing that, I've had the most wonderful change. I don't get, I'm not saying I don't get tired anymore, but I don't get, I mean, literally I would be done and I'd have to be, I was doing this the whole time, you know, I was dying, you know, and my dad died of a heart attack at age 49. you know, and, so I'm still learning, but I will tell you that stuff works. If you want more energy, that stuff called red food, look it up. It's made, I mean, you know, I take a lot of stuff, but that's the stuff that I've noticed more than anything I've ever taken.
How do you spell that?
Red,
R-E-D?
red food. It's pretty,
You know it, R-E-A?
yeah.
I do a study on words. I know they're the most powerful thing in the world,
Yes,
and people will not go by that. They don't have a inkling what it does.
no clue, because you can say certain
I'm
words.
gonna live long and finish strong.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What are some of the techniques or maybe emotional strategies if you have family members dealing with fibroid issues? Do you have any?
Fibroid tumors, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Check their iodine levels for sure. Okay, and the other thing is there's some nutrition that'll actually help break that up. Called Utrophin, but you know, you looking at that.
That's a supplement.
Through standard process.
That's a natural supplement. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes that can make a difference. But
What was it they called it? The iodine.
Rick. Yeah.
I take iodine every day. It starts with a K. I put 3 or 4 drops in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. But I will tell you, if you want more energy, red food is where it's at. For sure. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of kimchi? I'm sure.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
I think it's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good for your digestive system. You know, really your brain and your digestive system are also interconnected.
What'd you say?
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Take it like medicine, I mean, I eat it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Could I make an appointment?
Yeah. Well, of course. You know, maybe we just set up a clinic in here. Let's just do that. I got friends that are actually doing that. They're performing medical services, like in a church setting.
Where are you?
Eminence, Kentucky. If you just get there, you'll see my office. It's right across from the post office. And the Dairy Queen or King or whatever it is. Well, my office visits are, for an adjustment, it's 45. For a laser treatment, it's 45.
Or that red thing.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about the red light?
Yeah.
That's laser, you know, but we try to, I mean, we're in a small town, so we try to keep our prices within reason, you know. I think our initial visit, once an exam and something, I think it's 128 or 130.
How far is it from here to? From here.
55 minutes for, yeah. You can't get there from here. I'm just kidding.
You take Indiana?
No, we take Blue Cross.
I would say 41.
I don't, we try not to take much insurance. I know that sounds terrible, but it's like, if you knew the hassle of that,
Amen, brother.
you know, I mean, that is,
with it every day.
oh, yeah. That's bondage to me, you know, so I'm just gonna keep our prices fairly low and do it that way. You know, 'cause, yeah, a lot easier. Yeah,
What's the best thing you can do for rheumatoid arthritis?
You want to try to find the root of that. And a lot of times, like I have one patient that's totally been in remission for that. But that can be chemical. It can be parasitic. It's typically what we find. You'll find parasites in the system. Oh my gosh. One lady calls me up and she goes, "There are things moving in the mall and my husband won't touch me." And it was pretty funny. But one lady, she got up, we got put her on her program, and she said that she got up from the, toilet, and she said she realized something was there, and there was an 18-inch worm she had to pull out. It was dead, but you don't think that those things are real, but they're real, So, I don't know. I am so blessed to be doing this work. It's not like work. Even when I was like 9 years old watching this show one time at my aunt's house. It was so boring, but it was called the Bob Braun Show. And it was
That's been Cincinnati.
out of Cincinnati. Okay. And it was like my aunt loved him, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so boring. And he had this guy come on, and John Davidson lay down on his table, and this guy did this stuff on him, and you could see his leg length go back to even after he worked on it. And I'm like, I pointed, and I was like, I want to do that. Now I don't even know what a chiropractor is until I'm 16. Okay, and I did not remember those thoughts until I actually entered chiropractic school. And all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I'm doing what I wanted to do, and I didn't even know that was this, So I feel like that I was called to be this. And I'm just trying to do the best I can. But I thank you for coming up. I mean, that was, I know that was hard, but I really appreciate you coming
No,
up.
that was a lesson to me because, that's, I've been Jacob Small for 40, he's 40. And it's just been, but you can tell people that they really don't know unless you're in that. What that's like, about being a caregiver. But people know that there are different types of caregivers, but, and being a mom too, that's a little different. And plus, and the Lord, I remember the first time Jacob lived in a group home, the Lord was speaking to me, he was like, you have to let go of him. And I remember crying and saying, well, he's going to make sure he's shaved half right, his buttons are buttoned right. And, the things that Jacob misses, it's not self-aware, all the things. But then, the Lord just ministered to me, and through the years, it's just ministered to me to do that, to let go of some things that I can't control. But it's been difficult, them living at the house, but it's, and my daughter said, why did you do that? Because my mom. It's what moms do.
Sure.
That love is just like they say, it's big. And so that's why I did it. And I would do it again, even though it's been really hard. And we walk through that. But God is faithful.
He is.
He's faithful.
He is. Well, thank you all for coming. I hope this was a little bit interesting for you all.
I've been a chiropractor for years since I was 7, and now chiropractors do what you did.
I know. When I was going through school, they called me the seminar king, because I was like, I was so insecure. I got to know everything. And it's helping now. Now I'm, you could say I have an addicted personality. But I'm addicted to Jesus. And that's the key.
Deliverance. I knew it was kind of carrying that, but I didn't really know. I needed that.
Right.
I did need that.
Oh yeah, we're doing that all day long in our office.
Yeah.
We're doing that all day long.
Nobody else does that. Like you bring that, the health, but you bring deliverance too, because people need different kinds of deliverance.
Right.
So.
It's hard to work on the Hindus, though. I'm telling you right now. It's just like, how did that?
Yeah.
I'm like, this probably isn't going to work for you, but I'm still going to give you Jesus. So, any other questions? Okay.
What's the one 28.
That's just
What
for,
happens with,
you're gonna get exam, you're gonna get worked on, the whole thing,
diagnosis?
yeah, you'll get all that.
So you said you only take one kind of insurance, you said. and then-
Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Hey, it's forward.
That's
Yep,
four.
yep, yep.
Yeah, that's, you say, right,
Okay, well, I think that's what,
that's a good thing.
I think that's what we do.
Come in, man, good work.
Yeah.
There's a laser light to help restore hearing.
Yeah, it can. It can,
Wow.
yeah.
I have a laser light at home. I have problems with
Actually, need to buy a red light.
but they said so don't go deep enough.
Mm-hmm.
Red light there.
Deep enough or something.
Back there, pray.
Well, the one that I just spent a lot of money on, that will go deep
I'll
enough.
let you-
I can tell you that. That one, yeah, yeah. Well, can you sit up here and show something?
You're right.
Your turn.
Are you ready? 'Cause they're
Okay, okay.
You all know.
So cranial nerves, have you guys heard about cranial nerves? Cranial nerve 10 is the vagus nerve. That's a
Yes.
big
Yeah.
thing. Everybody's talking about that
Yes.
and that kind of thing. So there's a way to test for cranial nerves. We do that in our office. And so let's just see here. Hold strong. Good. Okay, so when you bring your hand in like this, okay, you have them look, it's called accommodation, okay? It's a cranial nerve 2. Hold strong. 2 or 3. Hold. So I want you to look at my hand, okay? And I just want you to hold that. And, okay, let's try that again. Hold strong. See how solid it is? That reflex is really good. Now look at my hand, you feel the difference, okay? So your body says, I don't like it when things come in my face like that, but I want you to follow, we're gonna do the field of gaze, I want you to follow my fingers. Hold, no, just with your eyes. Good, good. Right there. So if I'm playing her pickleball, I'm hitting the ball right there. All right, could you tell the difference? Okay, so that's what's happened is that we get neural inflammation, and we need to reset that because we don't want to have dementia and those kind of disease process. I want you to hum. Okay, that's the vagus nerve. That's the vagus nerve. Okay, bite down. Hold strong. No. Swallow. Yeah. So you can see those things that almost everything that we tested you on, well, pretty much everything, it is there's a slight little weakness in your body. So I don't know if this one will do it, but the other one does. Let's just see if we can do this. I'm gonna put that right in the back.
You're be smart, Katie.
Okay, Bill, can you hold that right
They
there?
prophesied this something.
Okay, so we're gonna turn your brain on.
Thank you so much.
You were wondering about that all the time. You were waiting for me to go, right? Hold strong. Take a look. Oh, try it again. What do you know? Wow. Okay, look up in this corner. See, it's still there. Hold strong. Oh, that's better. Bite down. Swallow. Hum. Oh, no, gotta work on that one. Try it again. Oh, come on, we gotta keep going. Try it again. That's it. Okay. So that light stimulates certain areas in the brain. So this is called a PL5000, and we're usually that's about 5 to 10 minute treatment. Okay, it's pretty quick, but you know, if you can kind of help your body not go into dementia, to me, that's why I bought it from me, because I'm like, everything else. And this is pretty non-invasive. There's nothing that's going to happen. It's going to be bad using this. That's why I can do this without knowing anybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
but the benefits.
Okay, but basically it's the premise of light dispels darkness. Okay. Okay. That wasn't too painful.
Now, Dr. Bruce, since you're here, I want to take the opportunity that, we believe in signs and wonders. And as a pastor, you get to know people and you really start to wonder sometimes.
Sure.
And I was wondering if you could test a few people's brain waves. We kid around with Bob all the time. We love Bob. Yeah, just don't ever go on a trip with him because you're going to get jumped out. That's it. All right, let's get it, Dr. Bruce. Look at the farm and come back here every now and then.
I would love it.
And we can set up some like a clinic.
Sure, sure.
Yeah. All right. Regular stuff. And I can take care of these people on this side of the world.
There you go.
All right. All right. Well, listen, Dr. Bruce didn't come for this, but we're a place of honor, okay? And he did not come. He asked me to write. I said, no, he didn't want to do it, but I want to bless them. Don't you? Do you think it's a good thing to do? And I know he doesn't need the money, but what I want him to do, what I want you to do, Dr. Bruce, we're going to put a bucket up here and y'all just come and bless him at the end of the service. And I want him just to take his family out or take his office out and just do something nice for him or whatever he wants to do. Is that okay?
Is it okay if I get online?
Yeah, you can give online to the special things. But anyway, we do appreciate Dr. Bruce a lot. This has been interesting, hasn't it? And I wanted to encourage you after this. I'm going to set up one for myself. And Tammy's probably saying, "Thank God." Yes. You got any cards or anything?
I'm terrible on that
Okay,
stuff.
just get in touch with
I'm
me.
only cup in eminence.
Yeah. Get in touch with me and I'll get you all the information, but we're in Tammy's place. I want to encourage you, it's not that big of a deal. Matter of fact, when you go out to Eminence, you can, it's real close to Women's place Baghdad. Is you close to Baghdad?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Baghdad's got the best brisket out there in the world. So you can go out and get you some brisket, get you some light therapy, and but it's worth it. It really is. And so I've heard nothing but great things, and I want to go ahead and become a patient myself. So, all right. Well, we're going to go out of here, and if some of you guys can just come up, maybe Bob, and we'll just bring a bucket up here, and I want to pray. Actually, let's pray over Dr. Bruce. Father, I just want to pray over Dr. Bruce and his son and his family, and Father, his staff. And God, I just pray.
And my mom. I got to go see her. She's in the hospital and it's bad.
Father, we pray for his mother. We just send the word of healing into that hospital right now. And Father, we just declare by the stripes of Jesus, she's healed and whole. And Father, we just want to ask that you would just release a blessing. And Father, I just declare a prophetic word today that there's more doors like this going to open up. Because Father, this calling that you've got on Dr. Bruce, people need to hear this. A lot of people have no idea this is available. Father, you said that we were fearfully and wonderfully made. And so, Father, you're interested in our body, soul, and spirit. And Father, I just pray for good days ahead. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Bless you, brother.
And I felt that.
Thank you. Okay, amen. All right, we always do this around here, and we go out with a shout on the count of three. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. 1, 2, 3. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. Be blessed. And can I have one of you men come up here and just